Hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I've been waiting a while to cover IP Man 4, but I think it's finally the perfect time I commentate over one of the best martial arts movies of all time. The choreography and fighting techniques used in this film were absolutely phenomenal, just a perfect tribute to Bruce Lee himself. Every time IP Man was throwing hands, it was sensational, had me hitting the
"Oh my god! Wow!"
So the scene kicks off with Ip Man and Bruce Lee chopping it up at a restaurant, just having a normal conversation, talking about how the Marine Staff Sergeant wants to incorporate martial arts into the army. And you know, they're having a great time about to order some pancakes for dinner, but then suddenly some black belts walk into the restaurant, and they were straight up pressing my boy Bruce Lee, talking about, "Hey Kung Fu Man, I think your stuff is full of crap, and your haircut? I think that's whack as well." My dog Bruce Lee was just sitting there like, I know he ain't talking to me like that. He was not taking this man seriously.
You serious?
And Bruce Lee's students were not taking that type of disrespect, cause they stood up immediately to defend their teacher. But look at this dude with the afro. I know he was not expecting a black belt to pull up on him. Bro was mad flabbergasted. So this dude stands up face to face and he starts talking about, "How about you go do something about it?" And we all know dang well he's not gonna do anything. This man looks less scarier than Iron Man's first suit. My boy got the Intimidator badge on bronze. Just look at him. This dude got folded so quickly by Barton. We all know he cannot box to save his life. And bro, we all remember how this man was hitting on IP Man's people like he was Frieza.
You and your daughter look a hell of a lot alike. When you beg.
I beg your pardon?
He was straight up bullying everyone. Like, I don't even want to get started with how much of a menace he was. But anywho, Bruce Lee is like, "You guys like to trash talk? Well, how about let's take it outside?" And if I were the ops right now, best believe I would have already left the scene before I get my face turned into SpongeBob. So then they walk into the parking lot where they can finally handle their business. And my guy Bruce Lee was handpicking his opponents, talking about, "I want you and you." He wanted all the smoke. The fight starts and Bruce Lee goes 3 for 3, the opposite of Little Mosey on his albums, and Bruce Lee lands 3 kicks and lays them out already. Like, dog, you could literally close your eyes and open them right back up and the fight would have already been over. That's how fast Bruce Lee laid them out. Nah, cause how are you gonna talk all that smack from earlier and Bruce Lee has you laying on the ground like an 8th grader after getting whooped for failing his English test? Like, you have no right to speak. You're looking like Patrick Beverly. You're all talk and no hands. And then we see a black belt in the very back attempting to do his very best Jaden Smith impression that obviously gets the attention of Bruce Lee. Like, you are not a Super Smash Bros character. We are not gonna give you an entrance. I don't know who you think you are, but you are not him. Especially after how badly Bruce Lee violates you. So then both of them walk into the alley like they're about to fight on a Tekken stage. And then Bruce Lee pulls out one of the coldest one-liners since Iron Man against Thanos.
The dog won't fight back, but I will.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
They start boxing, but Bruce Lee says block, weave, block, weave, and then another weave. But this time the black belt lands a kick on Bruce Lee, and you could just tell by his face that he poked the bear. He just awakened a whole different beast. So Bruce Lee lands a mean kick straight to the chin, and that was so clean that it had Bruce Lee hitting the... Bruce Lee then kicks him to the wall, and you could just tell bro was playing with his food at this point. If someone has this type of nefarious look on their face, just know that it should probably be a good sign to raise the white flag by now. So then Bruce Lee ducks down and lands a spinning kick like he's Ryu. And at this point, he just makes him his personal punching bag and completely cooks this man. And the black belt got so desperate to win, he even used his own weapon against him. Like, you could tell Bruce Lee was insulted by that. This is like using the genjutsu on Itachi. It's not gonna work, bro. And yeah, pretty much the fight ends with Bruce Lee landing the finishing blow. And the fight would have been much shorter if he actually went all out. But hey, at least he got the job done. That's all that matters. So now we make it to the festival where the Chinese people are showcasing their kung fu skills, also known as Wing Chun, which is basically a fighting technique that they all use, and they're all trying to make it more mainstream. But there's one problem. So one of the top ops named Colin pulls up to the stage and he starts talking about, "I dare you to fight me with your hokey pokey kung fu." But little did Collins know was that Ip Man was in the crowd the entire time. the same dude that took out 10 black belts all at once. And I'm not gonna lie, Colin was going crazy for a while. He was taking out people left and right. It got so bad that the photographer had to put down the camera, like, oh nah. As you guys can tell, Colin's ego is at an all-time high right now. He really thought he could walk into this festival thinking that it would be free eat. He thought it was sweet around here. But nah, my dog Ip Man finally steps up to the plate and tells him that enough is enough. And if there's one person that you should never anger, it's Ip Man. Cause look at this dude. You could already tell he was about to send someone on a stretcher and have them sent straight to the hospital. He was not playing around. So the fight starts and this man literally drops him to the ground using one hand. Like that right there should be enough to tell you that fighting was not for you. Maybe being a cheerleader is a better fit. Ip Man really had Collins rethinking this entire fight. He did not expect to get dropped in less than 5 seconds. My boy was clearly not built for this. So IP Man blocks all of Collins' attacks, punches him in the chin, and then gives him a 5-piece combo. Like that man is looking like Batman from Arkham City. He's just effortlessly throwing punches. And look at the stance Colin was hitting. I don't know where they taught you that, my boy, but he must have learned it from Yamcha, because you guys see the correlation, right? Both of them do not know how to fight. My dog Ip Man has those defensive badges on Hall of Fame. He was looking like Kawhi Leonard, cause look at how he was blocking Collins' attacks. He was reading him like he was Goku. So then Collins lands a 360 karate kick straight to Ip Man's chest, and you know that one hurt. He was trying his hardest to keep a poker face, but we all knew that Loki ate him up in the inside. So Ip Man blocks his punches, dodges his kick, and then pushes him off with a kick of his own. Like bro, look at Collins, my dog was straight up frightened. You already know the only thing on his mind was if he was gonna walk away from this fight with his bones in his body and not discombobulated. Bro, I ain't never seen this type of fighting style used in my life. My dog, why is your hand underneath your elbow? What are you trying to accomplish? Like this man Collins makes KSI look like a good fighter. Because why is he doing jumping jacks in the middle of the fight? Like I've seen elderly people with better form than that. And this is where Ip Man decides to end Colin's entire career like little baby. Because this man activates his Sharingan. And I'ma have to start calling him Ip Man Uchiha from now on. This man is Weave Nation certified. So Colin tries kicking Ip Man, but he goes right under and makes him hit the greater than symbol. Like oh nah. So Ip Man shoves him to the ground and then proceeds to beat the living crap out of Collins. Like dog. He was trying to give him a severe case of brain damage for an entire lifetime. You already know even the doctors won't be able to fix that one, my boy. So Ip Man steps on Colin's head, and you already know his neck looks like Squidward right now. That man is cooked. So Colin lands a clean gut kick into a leg sweep, and he somehow managed to put Ip Man on his back for the first time this fight. Even he was shook. Bro was not familiar with his game. And since Ip Man is currently on the ground, it should be pretty easy to land at least some sort of attack, right? But nah. This man Collins is a different type of trash because he decides that the best option is to go in for a karate chop. Like bro, what did you actually think that would do? This is not Looney Tunes. You gotta try harder than that. So Ip Man takes advantage and rolls him to the ground and then follows up with a mean kick straight to the stomach. You already know he won't be able to recover after that one. And the fight ends with Ip Man putting Collins into a nasty combo. One to the face, one to the gut, and another one straight into the chin. But Ip Man said he was out for blood. He said I got 2 more for y'all. Cause he elbows him not once but 2 times and then punches him in the chest. And Ip Man was really about to stop this man from ever taking a gasp of breath. But of course being the good guy, he spares Collins just by landing the finishing blow, making him hit a crazy pose. Nah, but on a real note, Ip Man actually has a dog in him. It's been 4 movies and he hasn't taken a single L. I guess that's why he has the nickname Him Man.